near and dear to my heart. My little cousin had been diagnosed with it that year, so I decided to sign up, run with this team, and I convinced my dear friend Grace to sign up to run for a charity team as well. And I stayed at Grace's apartment the night before the race, and we both woke up that next morning at 4:30 a.m., complete bundles of nerves, and were wrecks. We also did not sleep much that night because Grace's roommate's dog, Gary, had decided to go into many different barking choruses throughout the night, and so he was not our favorite person that morning. But we rallied together, got our Uber set to pick us up to bring us to our buses, and that sort of also set us off in a few series of unfortunate events leading up to the marathon. The Uber canceled on us last minute, and so we were able to scramble together, got another Uber, hoping that we'd make it to the buses, and safety definitely came third in that Uber ride, but we made it to the buses, and hopped on there. I was bundled in so many different layers of clothes to keep warm, including a Snuggie that my parents had given me to keep warm then, and so was feeling better, a little bit more confident as we got over to Staten Island, and but I also was a little bummed out that this morning was poor timing that I got my period. So I was feeling a little way down, and but thankful that I had 2 tampons on hand to be set up. So got off the bus, went straight to the porta potty, and got in line with hundreds and thousands of other people there. And I also, in getting to the porta potties, almost stepped on a few people because the ground was covered in hay, and under that hay were bodies of people trying to keep warm. So as I'm at the Start Village, I was starting to think to myself, is this a farm? Is it the Start Village? Like, what's going on? I'm supposed to get into a corral right now. My mind is racing in so many different places, but finally made it to the porta potty, made it to my start corral, and was ready to go. As we started walking up towards the start line, and a few minutes before the gun went off, I looked up to the sky, and the sky was literally raining clothing. So how this works is that New York City Start, there's people that run on over the bridge and some people that run underneath it. I was in the part of people going under the bridge, and so people on top were shedding off their layers, sweatshirts, sweatpants, hats. No Snuggies. I was the only person that I saw around me that had worn a Snuggie, which I was very happy to have for the beginning. But didn't get hit by clothes, and then the gun went off, started. The first 8 miles of the race, I felt a high that I hadn't felt ever before, and it was pretty incredible. Like, my mind was racing from, this is incredible, I never felt so good, I feel so strong. My pace was way too fast in the beginning too, but just feeling all that energy and the crowd vibes was amazing. Even had the thought of being like, maybe I'll be one of those people in the future that decides to like get married running a marathon. Yes, that would be awesome. And went by mile 7, November Project crew, cheering so hard. That was amazing. But then mile 8, I hit such a wall, starting with when I went to get my first shot block to take for the start of like fueling for the marathon, and in that moment my spare tampon fell out onto the ground. I was like, shoot, well, that would be interesting. And then my mind started to go places like, am I going to get toxic shock syndrome running? Like, I'm not feeling good. And then about like another few minutes later, the idea that shock block that I just ate, I rationalized the cramps that I started to feel. It was the shock block's fault. It definitely couldn't be due to dehydration or the fact that I had my period that morning. It was the shock block's fault for sure. And I started to feel worse, a little dizzy, and my pace started to slow down. I didn't know how I was going to finish it. But then, somehow on my playlist, I decided earlier that day to put the song by Adele, Hello, on. And at that moment, I was like, Adele, you understand me. Like, I don't think that I'm going to see my parents. There's way too many people cheering on the lines, but Adele, you've got this. We've got this together. And so I literally listened to Adele's Hello for the next 8 miles. The course is a complete blur. I couldn't tell you about the incredible crowds of like 8 people deep that were there. It was just me and Adele out there. I didn't see my parents at all in the course until about mile 23, and I finished. So that it was a whirlwind of a race. I thought I'd never run a marathon again, but now I'm already looking at spring marathons for 2017, so apparently it didn't hurt me too much.
Yeah!